I want to point out this one thing. It's about liars. One of the most common form of liar these days is the person that thinks they know something about someone else from watching a video or watching them from afar, has some sort of vague evidence, or maybe, like, I mean, this is gross, but maybe just like, oh, because of his tone or the way his eyes are moving or the body language or her tone or, you know, the choice of phrase she used, you know, people kind of try to figure out what a person is thinking, what their intentions are, and usually negative assumptions are made. That's the thing. There's very little balance. It's very critical, and you know, sort of self-serving. It's one of these things that you find with people that overvalue intellect and reason and rationality, and trash the idea of engaging in emotion, of heart, of emotional strength, right? That means being able to be with emotion, other people having emotions, being able to feel your own emotions, but also being able to get a hold of them, being able to master them in the right context. So folks that just think emotions are bad and intellect is the best, and they tend to do this. They make these assessments about people, and then unfortunately, some of them have platforms. They'll put it out there, and people believe it. And it's just like often dudes like guessing and using their intellectual faculties to construct reasonable arguments that are just based on the fact they don't like someone. That's emotional, right? Sometimes it's a spiritual void because there's something about some of the spiritual practices and understandings out there that you kind of naturally come to, and sometimes it's explicit in some of the teachings, but it's about the benefit of the doubt. It's about always recognizing that you have your own investments. It's about trying to see the good in people. It's about that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Going to a person and actually trying to get their side of the story face to face, or, you know, at least directly speaking to them, not making judgments and spreading that. Rumors and gossip are never okay. I don't know why intelligent, supposedly caring or compassionate people would ever say that gossip is okay. It's always juvenile and it's always destructive. So, you know, there's folks out there that will kind of not recognize their emotional bias, they don't like someone for whatever reason, and then judge, and then spread that judgment as though it's the truth. And some of these people talk a good game about presumption of innocence and facing your accusers and, you know, freedom of speech, but then this all gets twisted around to suit their supposedly rational arguments that are really just based on the fact they don't like someone and don't want that voice that irritates them or they think is so wrong it must be eliminated in some way. Like, they're not recognizing their own investment in it, and maybe thinking that someone lies when there's no lie there. It's just they don't understand what a person is doing. And so rather than engaging to try to get clarification, folks will just decide and then spread that. Because the thing is, when you say that you can tell, oh, that tone, oh, that the way that their face moved or that body language, when you say that you can read that and you know what a person's thinking, you are a fucking liar. You're a liar. You're lying to yourself if you think that. Even if someone else is being deceptive, which is not always the case, you're definitely a liar. You're lying to yourself. Stop being such a liar. Come on, folks. It's so common online that people form assumptions about people, and it seems rational, but really they just don't like them, and then they decide that this is the answer, and a person is a grifter, or dishonest, or evil, or I don't know. I mean, there's religious people that like think half of the YouTube population is possessed by the devil. You know what I mean? It's like people are so easily manipulated by the funhouse mirror, right? This thing, right? I'm trying to convey some authentic truth to you, but it's hard with these barriers. In any case, don't be an all too common liar. Don't be that kind of liar. Stop lying to yourself. You don't know what's in a person's heart, especially if you haven't actually spoken to them, all right? Stop lying.